Ready? Just fucking kiss me, man.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. DJ HAMP, Stan Pee-wee in the building. Was popping. Anthony Mackie had an interesting interview on the Pivot podcast. Shout out to Chandler, Fred Taylor, who is my favorite running back of all time. I'm not saying he the best, but Fred, I never seen Fred not get 4 yards. And Ryan Clark, who I thought was tremendously underrated. I always respected his game for sure. So one part of the interview particularly, he's talking about his sons and masculinity being instilled in them in such a way, you know. There's so many terms applied today regarding being a simp, what you shouldn't do, men being too chivalrous, not getting a return on their investment, so to speak. Let's take a look at the interview and see what y'all think. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most.
But that's real. Yeah. You know, that's where we came from. I keep my boys humble. Like, my boys have never had a pair of Jordans. You know, my boys don't do all that internet fly shit. I'm like your kids. And no, I don't give a fuck. I could be the biggest star in the world. Do not let me catch you being stupid. Mm-hmm. Do not. And my oldest gets it. My 15-year-old, he tells the other ones, he's like, yo, don't make dad mad. Because once you get one that's right, he gonna straighten the other ones out. Mm-hmm. So it's just that thing of, you know, in the past 20 years, we've been living through the death of the American male. They have literally killed masculinity in our homes and our communities, for one reason or another. But I raised my boys to be young men. And however you feel about that, you feel about that. Right. But my boys will always be respectful. They will always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. They will always say thank you. They will always open the door for a lady. They will always make sure that their mother is taken care and provided for. They will always be men. And that's always, since they were 2 years old. Every time I left for a job, I tell my 15-year-old, you're the man of the house. Mm. You make sure these doors are locked every night, this alarm is on, you text me or you call me every night before you go to bed and you wake up.
I love that.
Because we're men. If I'm not there to protect, he got to be there to protect. Because you can have all the money in the world, motherfucker climb through the window, that money means nothing. Right. You can have all the celebrity in the world, motherfucker jump through the door, that celebrity means nothing. Yeah. So you got to have a little guard in there, you know? And so for me, it's always that idea of American masculinity is very different. You feel it when you go to Europe. Like, you see these and you're like, could bust your ass, boy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You go to Europe.
Tight ass pants.
Yeah, tight ass pants. Motherfucker, good, boy, you better lotion your ankle. Like, you feel it when you go to Europe. Even when you, like, I was just in Kenya and I was walking around, I'm like, yeah. Dude was like, you ain't from here. Like, nah. Yeah, I could tell. I know you can. I can tell I ain't from here. You know what I mean? It's just that American male masculinity is something I think is very important for boys. Because now our little boys are afraid to fail, so they don't try.
That's a fact, though. All the other countries, they know who the most masculine men are, right? We come from this continent here, man, point blank, period. And more specifically, the 50 United States of the so-called America, right? Let's get that out the way first and foremost. I don't even think that's a conversation. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I like what Anthony Mackie said. He's teaching his kids traditional masculinity, particularly his sons, holding the door, protecting their mom, making sure the house is secured, making sure the car is locked, making sure everybody's safe. Fellas, we are not going to get an equal return on that investment. There's nothing that the women in our lives could do that's going to equate to that. Point blank, period. Not no cooking, not no cleaning, none of that shit. I don't give a damn if your lady help you with the lawn. It's not going to equate to the charge that we have as men because we the most capable and we built for the job. I think that we running into an issue when we trying to get equality in terms of return. It's never been like that since time immemorial. Think about this. In the stock market, as an example, a 20% return is beautiful. It's almost unheard of. Anybody who says they can get 20 on their 100 is going to take it. That's how investment usually works. We understand that we the A side. We understand that our women are assets. They add to us, right? And you get the wrong one, she could take away a whole lot from you, you know? And so with that understanding, we love, respect, and appreciate them. And at the same time, we understand that we're going to have to do the brunt of the heavy lifting. We're not going to get a whole bunch of pats on the back. And the return won't be equal, but it got to be worth it. That's the key. It got to be worth it. Ladies, do not ever tell your man, oh, you got to provide and protect, but we all work and shit like that. People know there's a disparity in cost. Generally speaking, the men I know, the men I've been around, even if they make just about as much money, they try to absorb the majority of the bills, right? So even if it's like 50-50, the man will at least try to pay 60-40, right? Just to do what he believes and knows in his head is his charge to do. Ladies, don't ever say this. Fellas, don't ever accept this. Don't ever tell your man, oh, protection, people don't break into the house every day. People aren't trying to put us in danger every day. We aren't always in harm's way. Those situations are few and far between. You're leaning on extremes to make your point. No. We're talking about danger. We're talking about drastic situations. Those in themselves are extreme situations. Your man only got to protect your life once to go down in history. And the fact that he has agreed to kill and die for you in that order should be enough that you should always revere that. You should never downplay that. That could be hurtful to do. Fellas, if she try to talk that shit to you, shut it down immediately. You only got to be the man once in those situations to go down in history. And the fact that you're willing to do it should be respected enough at all times at 100%. Give a damn how much you cook and clean. Your job is different than mine, and we respect both. We respect each other for what we're willing to do right here and right now. Salute to Anthony Mackie. Salute to the Pivot Podcast. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And I'm out.